Hello, welcome back, Nick Lenz's Comic Corner, Classics slash Non-Classics. This is episode number 243 and Doubleshot number 176. Two Batman trades for you this time, and both set in different continuities. First up, Batman Arkham Knight, Volume 1, containing, this reprints the first four issues of the, printed series, but the digital comic, it's like chapters 1 through 12. Now, in case you're wondering, Batman does not drive the Batmobile with any. He does not drive the Batmobile in the game, despite the fact it's shown here on the cover. He doesn't have the Batmobile, and he doesn't have the Batsuit he has here on the cover. That he actually gets in the game. Now, pretty much, this book starts off. It picks up right where the video game Arkham City leaves off, and basically, you know how anybody who's seen the ending of the game, basically you see Batman come out of Monarch Theater, and he just drops off Joker's body on a cop car, and he just goes away and just doesn't say a single word. Now, yeah, and then he says he's coming home, and he runs into the electrocutioner. But of course, this is the second electrocutioner. Let me show you his picture. Yeah. Yeah. This is him. And apparently he is someone who worked for the original Electrocutioner from the Arkham Origins video game, which, yes, that video game is canon. Despite what people say, people think it's not canon because it was made of Rocksteady. Yeah. This character here, this proves it right here. Because he mentioned a few years back that he took the gloves off the corpse of the original Executioner. That happened in Arkham Origins, so that game is canon, despite what people say about the game. Think it's not canon. That proves it, along with Firefly referencing it in Arkham Knight, the Arkham Knight video game. Anyways, new character. Well, basically, since Arkham Knight's the final thing, you gotta introduce new characters and kill off some old ones, stuff like that. By the end of the first issue, he dies. Yep, he dies. He gets killed by the Arkham, and Batman sort of unofficially first sees him in a way. He sees sees him very briefly at the old Arkham Asylum, which he goes back to. Which this is actually the first time he's been back to Arkham Asylum since the original game. And you also see now. My guess is some time probably passed by at this point, like, oh, next day, and excuse me, and of course, you get the Joker, stuff like that, yeah, and cuts away Wayne Tower. My guess is about a week or two passed by, so you could probably fit Harley Quinn's Revenge to take place at some point in the middle of the first issue of this very series. So you can throw in Harley Quinn's Revenge, and then everything's like afterwards. Like Cash is official on the GCPD with this very storyline. And we can introduce to a new member of the Tweedledum family called Tweedledee. And by the end of the trade, all three are dead, killed by Arkham Knight. So basically, throughout this entire series, Arkham Knight kills off several characters who are related to the Batman mythos. Yeah, he kills them. Now, it's revealed in the game who he is, and it wasn't obvious who it was. I'm not exactly going to spoil it for people who have never played the game. I only know it simply because I've watched a walkthrough of the game thanks to Terrence Ninja. I watched a walkthrough of his in the Arkham Knight video game, and I was kind of surprised, but not all that surprised at who it really was. But this is still a really good series. It's written by Pierre J. Tomasi. I highly recommend it. Now, if you're interested in getting the game, please read this series first, because this series kind of helps set up that video game. Now, the game itself is supposed to take place a year after Arkham City. This series plus Arkham Knight Genesis is supposed to fill in that gap. So I give this book 9 out of 10. This is awesome. I own most of the issues that are printed in this trade. Alright? Next up, Batman Beyond, Volume 1, Brave New Worlds. written by Dan Jurgens and artwork by Bernard Chang. This book contains the first 6 issues of Batman Beyond Volume 5, and also contains a sneak peek. Now, here's some artwork from this book. Yeah, here's some artwork. Now, this book picks up not long after, pretty much it picks up like not long after, I would say, from the Futures End Weekly series. Now, not a lot of people like that series and kind of led into this, but I kind of like this better than New 52 Futures End because this doesn't suck. Now, there are some good things. There's some good things interesting about this series. I mean, Dan Jurgens has respect for the Batman Beyond. I mean, yes, this is a continuation of the basically this continues off where Futures End lives off. But here's the thing: Dan Jurgens has a lot of basically he builds upon, he mixes the Batman Beyond mythos, basically known characters like Ink. Basically, it's revealed that Ink is the mother of Donna, who was the girlfriend of Terry McGinnis from the TV show. And yeah, she's in here. You can see the Batcave, which is great. And apparently, because of Terry McGinnis going back in time, by the way, he's frequently referenced in here. Apparently, Brother Eye left Neo Gotham alone. Yeah, he left it alone, surprisingly. And by the end of the trade, Brother Eye is destroyed. And apparently, Brother Eye took control of the JLA Watchtower and put it on the moon. Sounds like something that would happen in the Grant Morrison JLA series. Okay, fine. But now, Matt McGinnis, who is Terry's brother, is upset that Tim Drake is Batman. Now, one thing I would have liked to see from the series, I haven't seen it yet, but there's nothing that says that basically that Matt McGinnis can't become this continuity's Robin. I don't see why not. I mean, they can do it, and I love the fact Barbara Gordon's in here as well. She's older, yes, but there's one thing that kind of bugs me though. Tim Drake's girlfriend from Futures End series does show up in the 30 years in the future, and she does make out with him at the end of the series. But as far as I can tell, it's like she's forgotten. It's like that's the only misstep I think of this series. I mean, you have Tim Drake's an older version of his girlfriend he had back in the Futures End series, and she's nowhere in this thing at all. This is really good. I actually like this. Now, I know a friend of mine basically doesn't like this series because Tim Drake is Batman Beyond, and he would like if Terry McGinnis was Batman Beyond. I don't have a big problem with them. I do like the Batman Beyond TV show, yes, but this is a totally different continuity, and yes, Terry McGinnis was once Batman. Now, they do kind of reference Futures End Weekly series a couple times in here, but it's not like in your face about it. I mean, yeah, it happened, and this is just a continuation of that. But, and you also get a chance to see Micron, who is basically this Rose version of Adam Smash vs. Adam. Oh, and is it just me, or is this particular image right here, which does come from one of the issues here, does this remind you of something from Jack Kirby? Honestly, yeah, this kind of does. Now, Terry does go to New York City in this particular storyline. He goes to New York City, and it's completely in ruins. And here's something interesting. Gotham City is the only city that's completely untouched. Now, so as for how much the population and what that was converted into Omax, completely unknown. Now, you don't see much of the human population outside of Gotham. Not very much. You do see some cybernetic versions of some superheroes like Wonder Woman, Cyborg, and of course, Superman. As for what happened to the rest of them, I have no idea. Futures End is just a dark storyline. It was okay at times. It was something I did like about something that I didn't like about it. I didn't like the idea of the future where basically most of the human race was gone. Now, I'm kind of glad the fact Brother Eye is definitely destroyed by the end of the storyline. I mean, he's gone completely. And then, of course, you have the next storyline, which hopefully the library gets the Volume 2 trade of this. It's just the aftermath of this very storyline. Just do with the aftermath and what comes next. Oh, and one thing you also got to like about this story, when you read this, it feels very serialized. Oh, yeah, it does. And I do praise Dan Jurgens for having a serialization of Batman Beyond. I think Batman Beyond has been known for this in the comics. I mean, even though I've read every single Batman comic, but I never really noticed it that much. I mean, a lot of time they were just one-shot issues. I mean, never where it's like this, where it feels like every single issue leads into the next. The previous books didn't do that, but they were still really good. This is still good too, but I'm gonna give this a 9 out of 10. This is actually pretty good. I mean, it's got great artwork, great writing, and if you're not a big fan of Batman, if you're a Batman fan, I do recommend you at least try this series out because it's still a decent series. And I'm kind of glad the fact this series is sticking around. It has the same creative team, but I have no idea when this series is set to end because I've seen the solicits that apparently it's going to issue 15. Now, who knows how far the series is going to go? It depends on when Volume 6 starts up. This is, of course, Volume 5. Just depends on DC Comics. Okay? Stay tuned for the next episode, which should be episode 244 and Doubleshot 177. But until then, see you there. Bye.